For Luton, it simply does not get any easier, does it? We've had a tough run of fixtures, and it goes all the way back when we played Aston Villa away from home. Aston Villa away from home, Liverpool at home, Manchester United away from home. You had Brentford away from home, we had Crystal Palace at home, Arsenal at home, and Manchester City at home. A tough run of fixtures against some good teams in there with lots of quality. And I felt in some of those matches we have done extremely well. However, it's just been fine moments, switching off for 5 minutes, switching off for 10 minutes, and that's when we're being punished. Now, I do believe if we perform the way we have done, like we did against Liverpool, like we did against Arsenal, and like we did against Manchester City, against teams that are not going to finish in the top 6, like your Bournemouths, I think we will give a great account of ourselves and more likely will come away with more points. Now, are we going to do that? That is the real question. And I don't think we're going to be up to that standard, but I do think we need to be around that standard in order to get points away to Bournemouth this weekend. Now, in the last run of fixture, well, if you look back the last, 5 or 8 games, Bournemouth have performed extremely well and they have climbed up that Premier League table. Now, Bournemouth started the season off extremely slow. Whether that was to do with the new manager coming in, figuring out what the players was the best players for his starter system that was able to get results, who knows. But I felt the signings they made in the summer were signings that I feel like will go under the radar and haven't been given enough credit. I thought the recruitment was good, and maybe those signings that have come in needed a bit more time to settle in with the current group of players. I felt personally Bournemouth should have kept with O'Neill at the start of the season, but they never did. He obviously ended up going to Wolves and has done a fantastic job since. But they've gone with a new guy who I believe will keep Bournemouth up this season. I never had Bournemouth down or one of the teams which I thought would go down from the Premier League this season. And I feel like they will be safe. If you look where they are now, they've created that gap. Something seriously has to go wrong. But then again, we've still got plenty of the season left. But I just don't think Bournemouth are one of those teams that I think will go down from the Premier League this season. But the more important factor is they are playing extremely well right now. You don't go to Manchester United and win 3-0 being average. You have to perform well. And even we found it extremely difficult against Manchester United. I think sometimes Manchester United, it depends what team turns up. But they didn't turn up. But more importantly, Bournemouth did turn up. And they gave them a really good performance. They showed quality, they showed skill, they showed attacking desire, they defended as a unit. And that's the one thing which Bournemouth have been more than capable of doing, is defending extremely well. And I feel like that's something Luton can look at and go, right, we kind of need to copy that. Luton for us, it's just the switching off. If we stop the switching off, I feel like we can keep a clean sheet, we can nick points. Unfortunately, I just don't think we've got it in us to not switch off, which means we have to find other alternatives, which means we may need to bring in a few players in January that can help us, manage a game better. We are currently yet to keep a clean sheet so far this season, which does annoy me because I do think we've been super close and we are defending really well. Like against Arsenal, we actually did defend well, but yet we still conceded 4 goals due to individual errors. Get rid of these individual errors, stop switching off, we then get points. Because I think going forward, attacking wise, we are more than capable of scoring goals at this level, and I think we've proven that so far. We can score goals, especially the Arsenal game when we do believe in ourselves, we do score. But yeah, I really hope obviously when we travel down to Bournemouth tomorrow, we put in the same performance like we did and like we have done in our previous 2 home games. If we do that, I actually think we walk away with 3 points, believe it or not. If we perform exactly how we did against Arsenal, I think we walk away with 3 points. However, it's not going to be like that in my opinion, and Bournemouth are going to make it really challenging for us. Now Bournemouth, they can mix and match it. You know, they've got pace, they've got the skill. You know, they can go direct to Solanke, who can hold the play up. And if Tom Lockyer is going to play and is going to start, then Tom Lockyer needs to try and keep Solanke quiet. How is he going to do that? I do not know. But he's going to have to try and keep him quiet, be tough with him, be physical with him, irritate him and get him frustrated, and go from there. We need to be a horrible team to play against and upset the home fans, as we are the away team. Now, one player in particular that's going to be a massive focal point for us is Ross Barkley. I think he's absolutely transformed as a player since the start of the season. At one point, you know, there were 4 players around him, you know, especially to the build-up of our goal against Manchester City. You know, on the half turn, Ross Barkley receives it. There's 4 players around him, 4 very good Man City players around him, yet he still was able to beat 1 or 2 of them, play the ball out wide, and that obviously led to us scoring. Bournemouth will obviously look at him and think, yes, he is the danger man, and we need to be watching out for him. But there's another player in particular who I think Bournemouth should watch out for, and is someone who's gone under the radar this season because he's had a major injury, and that is Lokonga, on loan from Arsenal. He's probably going to start tomorrow in my opinion. I think he's going to get at least an hour worth of football. Now Nakamba is currently out with a suspension. He's picked up 5 yellow cards, so he obviously cannot play in this game. So this gives a massive opportunity and a chance for Lokonga to prove himself that he is more than capable. Now we haven't seen much of him because he had an injury, and even when we did see him, he was still building up to the match speed and match fitness of the Premier League. So this is a fantastic opportunity for him in particular to show us what he's capable of and why he's actually an Arsenal player. Now, if he performs well, Ross Barkley performs well, our midfield is going to have a good day. Now, going forward, Elijah's been absolutely amazing. He's been working extremely hard, and I feel like he will also start. Morris, for me, even in the bench appearances that have happened recently, hasn't quite done it. I don't know if it's a lack of confidence or the playing style doesn't suit him, but we're struggling to get the best out of Morris at this moment in time. We're going really direct with him, and you know, he can cope with that and be able to handle it, but he's, you know, not shooting enough or not getting in those right areas to potentially score us some goals, whereas Elijah is, and maybe the playing style just simply suits Elijah a lot more than it does Morris, or Morris simply needs to be with another partner, someone alongside him that can also help him out. Who knows? But Elijah's dealing with it a lot better, and it's nice to see a happy Elijah, a confident Elijah, and I hope he just keeps scoring us goals, because that's what's going to keep us up in the Premier League, him scoring plenty. Now, Rob Edwards came out in his press conference and said a lot of players have returned back from injury, which is absolutely great to see. Osho coming back, you got Ogbeni coming back. So those are 2 massive players there. So we look like we are fully, you know, strengthened going into this match against Bournemouth, and it gives us the best possible chance of walking away with something from this game. What do I think the score is going to be? I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. In the past, we've gone to Bournemouth and won. Especially from recent memory, Dewsbury Hall scored in a 1-0 away win, and then at home when we last played him, it was a dramatic win at home where Callum Naismith scored in the last minute to beat Bournemouth. So, you know, we've had a few wins over Bournemouth over the last few seasons. It would be absolutely amazing if we can get another one tomorrow. But I feel like it's going to be too much of an ask because of the current form which Bournemouth are in. We have to get some points this month. We've got some even tougher games coming. You know, Newcastle, Chelsea, Sheffield United. You know, all 3 are going to be tough. But we've got to try and win somewhere, don't we? So hopefully that could be tomorrow. But those are my thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section of the video. Let me know your score predictions as well. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. If you are a Bournemouth fan, please subscribe as well. I am going to be making Premier League content going forward, a lot more of it. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.